Hello everyone, my name is Neutron Mars, and today, as you can tell by the title of today's video, is episode 2 of the Chunkcast, a weekly podcast where we bring you Chunk members and we tell their stories, or try to. I'm trying my best. Last episode we had Pretty Glitz, aka Isabel, for our first episode, and I am very appreciative of that. The people on the Chunk seem to have really enjoyed it, so here's episode 2. Speaking of people on the chunk, we are gathered here today with Ayoitsgabs. Ayoitsgabs is a streamer as well. You can find her at, shockingly, Ayoitsgabs. So why don't you introduce yourself, Gabs, to the people?
All right. Well, hi. I'm Gabs, as Mars mentioned. A Twitch streamer. I've tried to be a YouTuber, but that hasn't been going well. Anyways, I've been streaming since 2020, kind of off and off, but I've been taking it more serious this year. I have luckily gotten the wonderful chance to be on this server and now on this podcast. So very honored to be here.
Thank you. And yeah, Gabs is one of the watchers of the first podcast. She recently joined. It's been 3, 4 days. If do you remember?
Yeah, it's been like three. I think this might be the third day.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't remember for sure. So this is Gab's third day on here, we guess. And
And
so,
I'm already on a podcast.
yeah, you already made the podcast, so you're making your mark here.
Let's go.
So, of course, as we talked about last time, the podcast is owned by Jared Hathaway. It's a survival Minecraft server where we all have fun, we all hang out, and that's where we are. You know, if you didn't watch the first episode, just so you know, this is recorded live on the Chunk SMP. Just to show you who we've got on right now, of course, Gabs, we've got Blue League, Pork, Ericu, myself, Isabel, Tara, Manny, Jared, who just went live. Yeah, so we're live on the server at recording this podcast. So now, Jared is, of course, the owner, Jared Hathaway. This is season 4. So, did you know about Chunk before this season started, or can you take me your history, your knowledge of the Chunk?
So I don't have much knowledge of the server whatsoever besides what you've shared with me and the stuff I heard from your first episode. The way this happened is I was just scrolling on TikTok like everyone does, and I saw a live stream on my For You page, and it was Jared. He was playing on the server, and I watched for a bit, and I ended up switching to Twitch to watch there, and I started asking questions about like the plugins and like what the server was about. And he ended up telling me that there was a application for the server, which was sent in the chat. So I was just very interested in the server, so I just immediately went and filled it out. He said he would get back to me, which obviously he did. And now here I am.
Yeah, so when we were talking, we obviously we talked about a lot of this stuff beforehand, a couple days ago, yesterday, whenever it was. But you mentioned to me that during the application process, Jared went through your VODs, told you that he went through your VODs. So, on the topic of your channel, then, what? Why don't you tell everyone what the content you mostly make is? What do you do on your channel?
Yeah, so mainly, video games obviously. A lot of Minecraft. I do a bit of Fortnite as well. Um I've been trying to branch out. I've been looking into like other games as well, but my main two are Minecraft and Fortnite. And before joining this SMP, I had a little server of my own with some friends that I was streaming and playing on. Um and then sometimes I just do like solo world. I like a lot of modded Minecraft, so typically like that. And That's about it. That's all I'm doing at the moment.
Do you have any favorite mod packs or any mods that you enjoy playing?
Um, the backpack mod is a big one because I am an absolute hoarder with items, flowers, and just anything. I'm just like, I'll probably need this later. So backpack mods are a big one, and there's a pretty popular one as well called Farmer's Delight that
Oh yeah,
adds like stoves, different building blocks, and like crops and stuff that I really like. So kind of like small stuff like that is mainly what I play with.
that's cool. I don't personally use a lot of mods when I play Minecraft, but I do know Farmer's Delight, and I am familiar with backpack mods. So onto this server again. You've only been here about 3 4 days. What has your experience been like? How can you describe it? Tell me what's been going on the Ayoitsgabs side of the Chunk SMP.
So on my side, it's been pretty chill. I just been focused on building up a little base, which I still kind of haven't finished. Been getting distracted with some chaos.
Yeah, I wonder who's been distracting you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wonder. I've got roped into building a government, so
Yeah, if you're not watching the VODs, which or the watching the channel, which you should either at Ayoitsgabs or mine Neutron Mars on Twitch, you will know that we just started our own government on the Chunk SMP. We're having fun. Shades of
yeah.
2020. Um, yeah. So far, so that's just happened yesterday. So what else have you been doing? Because that's not the first time I've roped you into stuff on your channel or on mine.
Yeah, let's see. What else did we do? We messed around with Jared. Honestly, I feel like I feel like I've done a lot. No, I feel like I've been around a lot of stuff going on, like chaos and everything. But me personally, I haven't done much. Like I've just been focusing on building house. I built some little stables before even finishing my house and a farm.
Yeah, you have no roof right now.
Yeah, I do. I do not have a roof, unfortunately. I'm bad at building roofs.
Do you still need help with that, by the way?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we can work on that later. That's a later. Yeah. So day one. I'm going to tell you about day one because the VODs aren't really available for that of your first day. I don't. It's still
I
probably up, but I don't. You don't post VODs, do you?
I've been meaning to, and I just keep forgetting.
I think
Yeah, I've got to
I think
publish them.
Chunk. I think Chunk would be like would be the opportunity. I think this is a great opportunity to post VODs. I'm posting eventually my first the VOD of the first episode, because
Oh, okay.
that was a 12-hour stream for me. Yeah, so day one, for those who didn't watch Gab's stream, because I don't believe I was streaming at that time. I might have still been streaming. I don't remember, but I met Gabs day one. This is Gab's first day, and I messaged Gabs in her Twitch chat, just like making conversation, because I saw that she was on the server, and so I go over and see her at her base, and then it turns into us flying around doing a bunch of random nonsense, which is most of my time on the server right now. And we cause chaos and stuff like that. I go show Gabs around my bases, Jared's base, Isabel, um, just everything that there is in that general area, and it turns into like a couple hours of us just talking and having fun. Past her stream, I don't, and I'm gonna ask you about this. What was your, I guess, your general vibe and reaction to your first day?
Um, so my first day started off. I met Isabel, and she showed me around the spawn and flew me around, seeing the whole thing. Which the spawn is like insanely pretty, and
He
there
bought it.
is
Jared
just
bought it. He's
there's
snitching
just
on him,
clearly been so much work put into it. It's crazy.
but not by him because he bought it.
Um, So there was that. Then from there we parted ways, and I went to. I mainly just did the whole RTP thing, trying to find a perfect place to build. Which I did. I found a pretty cool place. There's like a little spot that like looks like a horseshoe, which I think is pretty cool. Um, then like you said, from there you messaged me and we started hanging out and chatting, getting to know each other. And
Yeah,
I don't know, things have been kind of like chill, little chaotic sometimes,
I
but
think it worked
mainly
out
everything's
great.
been pretty fun.
I think your base being as close as it is worked out really well. Gabs Gabs doesn't think it's close, but like it's close enough for me to get in there with like a minute or two. So, um,
I mean, like you have an elytra though, so
which is why I've been Ubering you around for the past couple of days.
yes.
Yeah. Uber ran or Uber Mars, which you guys will learn more about Uber Mars whenever I upload the VOD if you didn't watch it already. Of my first day. So right now, it's the first week. Well, not the first week. It's your first week. What are your plans going into the server? Like, what do you want to do? Is there specific things you want to make? Is there stuff that you want to like? You want to get like? Do you want to get this in this amount of time, or do you want to like go the whole season without dying, or like what are your goals? What are your plans right
Well,
now,
the
Gabby?
whole dying thing is
You already
kind of
died.
over with because I died about like two, three times or something.
Oh
In
my
my
what?
defense, I was lagging.
Okay, yeah, ignoring chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what
um,
are your goals? What what are your goals for this season?
um, honestly, so this is my first time being on like an SMP really. So I haven't really thought anything out. Most of the time when I play like Minecraft in general, I don't really have any goals. I just kind of go with the flow. Um, Probably mostly have some like building plans. What those are, I don't know yet. We'll see. um, yeah, I don't know. Not really anything I have in mind, to be honest. Just a go with the flow kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Going into it, I did have a few plans that just haven't gone into fruition, and I've been, as you can imagine, very preoccupied and getting distracted constantly. Um, if you guys are a fan of Neutron Mars Twitch channel, you guys will know that I get distracted quite often. Because I do almost daily streams. I don't know if you've noticed the scabs, but well, at least once the server started, I've been doing basically daily streams. But somebody always comes along to distract me. You know, it's really great because it keeps me not too serious. It makes things fun and make things chaotic. It makes things entertaining.
Right, yeah,
have you found
definitely.
a similar since joining the server?
Definitely, there has definitely been a person that I've met recently that just keeps popping up,
Uh,
you know.
I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I wonder. It's not like I'm looking at them.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, speaking of looking around here, let's just. I didn't give a full view of this set last time. Here, if you want to come look around, what do you think? It's just a little
I like it. I actually
canopy.
have some suggestions,
Oh, okay. No, no,
specifically
yeah.
for the ground here. So I was thinking instead of torches, maybe you could do like frog lights, and then what you could do is put like moss carpet, right? And
You know what,
decorate
guys?
with bits of
I'm
moss,
gonna
you know what I
start.
mean?
I'm gonna start today. Every day we're gonna get a suggestion from whoever's on the. Every time we're gonna get a suggestion from the person on the podcast, and we're going to change things up. So next week there's gonna be some frog lights. Okay, I can promise you that.
Nice, nice, nice.
I'm starting that now because I think that's a really good idea. Because Jared, I
Honestly,
was
I watched the first episode and I
yeah
just immediately thought of that. Like,
yeah Jared. I was talking to Jared, the owner, about like things he would like just looking for improvement because he has a
yeah,
podcast. You guys should go check it out. I will tell you it's the realest podcast. on YouTube, and I think it might be in other places like iTunes and stuff like that. I'm not sure because
Oh
I don't
wow.
listen to it anywhere except for YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify at least. So yeah, um, so I was talking to him because he knows podcasts better than I do, and he told me, oh, maybe you can make different set designs. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. So maybe I'll just start slowly changing things up as time goes on, and by the end of the
Right.
season, it's gonna be just a contribution to a bunch of different people's ideas. So yeah, no, I'll definitely add the frog lights.
I thought
So
it would be cool if you did like a actual like full on house with like a little living room.
see, originally my idea was to make just like a little podcast like setup, like it's just like a one room house with
Oh yeah,
just like a
yeah.
table, kind of like this except for a house. But then I decided this would look cooler because it's like a little island.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So okay, so far, so you obviously we talked about your house and you've made it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a farm too, right? You've got animals.
Yep, yep.
Let's talk about the armadillo in the room.
Oh,
Arnie,
the
yeah,
armadillo.
Arnie. So we went on a crazy adventure, mostly me, for that armadillo. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that entire situation because it goes into the whole thing with Eriku, who is the next guest on the podcast, guys. Yeah, no, that's a sneak peek, guys. Eriku's the next guest. So what were you doing when you found Arnie, your armadillo?
So, I had I was in a mesa biome because I need terracotta for my house, right? So I'm gathering terracotta, and then I was walking around, and I see this armadillo, and this is my first time seeing an armadillo since they've been added because I never played vanilla Minecraft whatsoever. Like literally, currently today I was playing like 1.20.1, which I don't think they were added then, right? I'm not
I'm
sure
not
when.
sure.
See, I don't even know when they were added, to be fair. But so yeah, I haven't played vanilla Minecraft or any of the updates. This is my first time seeing one,
I
and
do
I was
know it
very
was the newest
excited.
mob vote, by the way. That's all I know. It's the newest mob vote. It was
Yeah.
it was them, penguins, and crabs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I see this armadillo, and the one thing I did know is that you can make wolf armor, which I do still need to get a wolf now that I have the armadillo.
I have some scoots,
So I
by the way,
see
of your
that.
house I can give you later.
Oh, nice, thanks. So I see it, and my issue is I'm far from my home. I think okay, maybe I can boat it there. There's some water around. I checked the maps, but none of the water around me connects to like the river that's near my house. So I'm like, okay, different idea. I don't I don't have a lead. So then I ask Mars, I'm like, hey, do you have a lead or do you have string? And luckily, Mars was kind enough to give me a lead. So I got Arnie a lead and I'm on my way traveling him. And
I know where this is going.
one thing you guys should know is that I have very bad connection issues sometimes. My Wi Fi just hates me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So I don't know where I start having connection issues. I think I like lagged or I think I got kicked or something like that. And when I joined back, Arnie's just free roaming and the lead is gone. And so I told Mars, like, the lead is gone. Do you have another one? And did you have one? I think you ended up
I
having one, right? Or
yeah.
you
So
made one?
no, I had one. Let me give you the my side of this because it's important to note that while all this is happening, I'm in the Nether, netherite farming. Like here, I'm gonna. I put all my stuff in this box. I got 46 ancient debris from it, but I was looking for
Weren't you also
quartz.
doing the quartz
Yeah,
thing?
no,
Or,
no. Well, I was
yeah,
netherite
right.
mining, but while netherite mining, that's how I was getting my quartz.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I was in the nether struggling for my life, and Gabs is just like, disconnects and rejoins, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine, that happens. Then I just hear, well, I think, or just she was like, oh yeah, no, the lead's gone. I was like, what? The lead's gone. I was like, how? Just I was like, check, like right click, the armadillo, see if it comes off. It wasn't working, so she was just like, do you have another one? I'm like, maybe. So I had to go all the way back home. And I didn't set this the Nether as a home, so I had to go I had to go to my house, go back to the Nether, teleport to Gabs from the Nether, and like do that back and forth just to get the two leads.
Stop! I didn't know that.
Yeah. Luckily I caught it all on stream, so that was really funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So eventually
Blame
you
my
did
Wi-Fi.
get him back home. Eventually you did get him back
I
home.
did. I did.
And when you got him back home, you wanted to name him, so I got you a name tag too.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And I named him Arnie.
Arnie. You should have named him Army, because Army Armadillo.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I'm not good with naming animals. I literally one of my cats. Which if you look at the streams, it's in my house. I named Big Dumb Stupid. Well, it's not. That's not his actual name. It's just a nickname. But one of them's name's the Lord Gizmo, or it might no. It's just Lord Gizmo. Then the other one's Big Dumb Stupid, and yeah. So I also have weird names for animals, so it's fine. I have
I just whatever comes to my head, you know.
Yeah, I have two cats and then a horse. That's the only animals I have on the server.
I have cows and sheep. I really want a dog though.
It
I
shouldn't
want
be
to try and collect all the
all of
different
them.
breeds.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too hard though. That shouldn't be too hard. So I did have some things we were talking about because we talked about the podcast during that stream. We talked about. I mean, we also did karaoke, but like we talked about the podcast during that stream. And by we,
You did
yeah, I was
karaoke.
about to say by we I mean me. I did karaoke. Um. And I was apparently apparently somebody was trying to turn me Mexican, I guess. Um,
Okay. Wait.
yeah, no. So, one of the things we talked about with the first episode of the podcast is Marvel. That's one thing we talked about. That was one of the main three things we talked about. And so I was talking with Gabs about, hey, what would you potentially want to talk about? And one thing came up, Marvel. So have you watched the movies? Was that your introduction to Marvel?
Yes.
Okay, what
I've watched most of the movies. Most recently, Fantastic Four, which was amazing. I've seen it twice. And then Thunderbolts, I've seen maybe like 3 times, twice in theaters and then once at home.
jeez.
Now that it's on Disney Plus, and you can tell that one's definitely my favorite.
Yeah,
Very, very good movie. Highly recommend.
I think the only like Marvel movie I've seen, like it's like I'm talking like Incredible Hulk wasn't Avengers era. I'm talking like about like Avengers movies era would be Civil War. For some reason, I didn't
Okay.
like I watched bits and pieces of the other ones leading up to it, but then I watched Civil
Right.
War that I didn't watch Endgame. I didn't watch whatever the one before that was. I have Ragnarok. I just haven't watched it yet. Oh, actually, no, I did
Yeah.
watch. I think I might have watched. Well, I guess I watched the Iron Man movies. I think I might have watched a few of the Marvel movies just so I would like have context. I'm not sure if I did though. Now that I'm thinking about it. Um. So I guess I should ask you, how were you like obviously the movies, but like how were you introduced to Marvel? Was it just like on TV one day and you watched the Avengers movie or like
Honestly, okay, so I have a very bad memory. So
fair enough?
I can't tell you exact details to be honest.
Well, can you tell me
It
at
was
least?
it
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
it's definitely probably just like it was on TV, I'd assume, and I just kind of saw it.
Was it the first one?
Honestly, This would probably, I feel like this would have to be a question I ask my mom, to be honest. Like, hey, what's the first Marvel movie we watched? Because, I mean, they go way back. I definitely have seen, like, the first Incredible Hulk. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that
I
was
watched
more,
that. That's the one I
I was
talked
a
about the last time.
teenager, though.
Yeah.
Um, I think most of them was seeing them on TV because I honestly don't have any memory of seeing them in theaters besides, like, the newest ones and stuff. So it's probably just like, oh, this is on TV. That looks interesting. Sat down and watched. But yeah, I've seen all of them. Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, the Captain America movies. I tend to rewatch Winter Soldier sometimes.
Wait, no,
I
I
really
have
like
watched
that
Winter
one.
Soldier. I know I've watched Winter Soldier, actually.
That was pretty good. I
Yeah.
rewatched that one. I've seen Ant Man, Black Panther, Black Widow, and the whole Infinity War Endgame.
Actually, I might have also
Saddest
watched Thor.
saddest moments ever. Oh
I've
yeah,
also watched Thor.
the Thor
I've watched
movie. Seeing
Spider-Man. I watched
that
the Spider-Man movies. I don't know if I've watched. I don't even know if I've watched the entire thing of it because like I know I've watched it, but I don't know if I sat through the entirety of it.
you've got some catching up.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm not a big movie watcher, and what surprises me, and I know this is a normal thing because we talked about in the stream yesterday, like watching movies in theaters. And again, like you mentioned, watching Thunderbolts twice in theaters.
Yep.
I don't go like I have a local movie theater. I live in a small town, but I don't
Hmm.
go to movie theaters or I don't go to the movies often. And so the amount like I haven't watched a single superhero movie in theaters. I haven't watched a lot of movies in theaters. I can name a few, I can probably name most of them off the top of my head. I know I've watched Adam Sandler's Pixels in theaters. Great movie. Love that movie. I watched this is going to be
That's an old movie.
that's not Pixels isn't that old. I
I
think
mean, I
twenty
guess
sixteen,
but
2018 maybe. I think 2017 even. I don't know. I'm going to look it up real quick. It can't be that old. 2015. I was so close with 2016. Yeah, 2015 is not that long. Um, yeah, no. And then I watched. No, this is gonna be. I watched this way older than I should have been watching this. The SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, I think was the one. The one where they're 3D for some reason. I watched that one in theaters, and I remember that because I watched it in theaters, and I went and watched like a basketball game right after or something.
I
Um,
think I've seen that one on TV.
yeah. What else? I watched the newest Hunger Games movie. What was it? The Ballad of Something and Snakes. What is it called? Hunger
No
Games.
idea. Never watched the Hunger Game movies.
Oh, it's like oh, what is it? It's ballad. It's not Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, that's what it was. I didn't really pay much attention to the movie. Um, but no, I liked the Hunger Games. I'm trying to think. I haven't. This is good. I watched the Dear Evan Hansen movie in theaters. I dragged my entire family to watch it because I loved the music.
What's that one about?
Oh, okay. It's based on a musical, so it's a musical movie. So,
Oh, okay.
and this is gonna get really sad but I love it. So I'm a big fan of musicals. I was like the unofficial like theater kid at my school. Like everyone was like, you're not in theater, but you're a theater kid. Let's just be honest. So, so the main character is Evan Hansen, hence the name Dear Evan Hansen. So he's got really bad social anxiety, right? And so like he takes he's prescribed meds just to handle it. Like he is like very finicky, like very bad at social stuff. He's constantly overthinking and questioning stuff. And so his dad and his mom are divorced too. They divorced when he was younger. So that doesn't help because his dad's too busy focusing on his other family than him, so he feels kind of abandoned by him. And his mom works in the hospital. And I don't know if you know how working in a hospital can be, but I think she's a nurse. So, she doesn't have a lot of time for him either. She's constantly out. And so basically his therapist has him write these letters to himself, and he starts them. Dear Evan Hansen, today is going to be a great day, and here's why. And so he doesn't really do that. He doesn't really do it because he thinks it's stupid, but he finally writes one. And it's found by this kid named Connor Murphy. Now Connor Murphy is basically the stoner kid. Like he has outbursts. He has anger issues. basically he's the guy that everyone just like laughs at, but then also stays away from because he's dangerous. And so he has this. There's this like whole story about um Connor in like kindergarten where he threw a printer at a teacher. Um, yeah, and so basically, he has a sister. Connor has a sister, and so her name is Zoe Murphy, and Evan has this really huge crush on her, right? So like, so in his letter that he writes, he's like, "Today's going to be a great day, and here's why, whatever." But he mentions Zoe Murphy. Like, then there's Zoe or whatever, and so basically, Connor finds the letter after. So this is after. Before that, he kind of he just screams at Evan in the hallway because other kids were laughing at him, and he was just standing there awkwardly because he's socially anxious. And Connor
Mm-hmm.
basically just yelled at him. He's like, "What? What? You're gonna laugh too?" Essentially, and just like slammed his against the locker. And then his sister comes up to check on Evan. Yeah, no. So after that, he makes the letter. Then he goes to print it out in the library. So when he's walking to print it out, he runs back into Connor, and Connor's just like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. Um, oh, I see you have this cast." So this cast is so basically, he goes throughout a lot of the musical with wearing a cast, and it's the story that he gives is because he was working, doing a summer internship, I guess you would say, at
Mm-hmm.
like a park ranger, I guess I think, and so he's like, okay, I fell down a tree. I fell off a tree. And so people make jokes about that. Like two people make jokes about it. Connor, which who says, "What are you, an acorn?" Because he fell down a tree. And the other one is this family friend of Evan's named Jared. Jared is kind of like just a jerk, just a jerk to Evan. But it's just basically the only person he even has remotely considered a friend. Um, yeah. So Connor is just basically saying, hey, let me sign my name on your cast. Evan's just like, no, 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 it's fine, it's fine. He's like, here, just give it to me. Do you have a marker? He's like, no, 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 I don't have a marker. Then he just grabs one like on the desk, and in bold, like the entire cast, like over the entire cast, he writes his name, and he says something along the lines of, "Now we can both pretend that we have friends." Um, and so it's a sweet moment, right? And then right after, Connor grabs the paper that um Evan printed out and says, "Oh, hey, is this yours?" Then Evan, panicking because he knows what's on that letter, like him writing stuff about Connor's sister. He's like, "No, no, it's fine. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it." Connor reads it. He sees that he's writing about his sister, and he's like, "Oh, are you doing this to get me angry? Like, are you trying to make me look bad? Kind of like he thinks he's doing it for a malicious purpose." And then he gets angry again and storms off. I will say there's also a novel. It's a novel, a musical, and a movie. If you read the novel,
Oh, okay.
if you read the novel, you get a lot more into Connor's life, and you see why he is the way he is. You get more backstory that you just don't get out of the movie or musical. I would highly recommend the novel. But yeah, no. So he storms out, taking the letter with him, and so Evan's panicking. He's texting Jared, just like, oh, "What is he gonna do? What are they, like? He can't show anyone that letter. They're all gonna think I'm a stalker or whatever." And so the next day at school, Evan's a senior in high school, by the way, and so is Connor, and I believe Jared would have been too. Zoe is maybe a junior, I think, but yeah. So the next day, neither Zoe or Connor show up, and so it's like, oh, what happened? Like why? Like why did they show up? Did he show his parents or whatever? But he gets called. So Evan gets called into the office, and he's told that that Connor ended his own life. And again, a lot of like the whole mental health side of it gets brought up in the novel. Like not as much of like why he did what he did is talked about in the musical or movie. Um,
Yeah.
but a lot of it they just kind of jot down to, oh, he had a drug problem and anger issue. He was messed up in the head essentially. He wasn't getting the help. help he needed. Um, and Evan wants to explain to his parents like, oh hey, this note isn't his final words. The this isn't his final words. This is me. This is I wrote that. He tries to explain to it to the grieving parents that, but they just wouldn't accept it. And so eventually he doesn't even agree that it's his. They just accept it. Um, and so they kind of ask him if he has any more stuff, and then he panics. He panics and he lies. And so basically, a lot of the musical and movie and stuff is him just like building up these lies, like making fake emails, like basically just he makes this foundation for Connor, kind of like a mental health thing, and basically he just builds this entire platform for himself where he gets close to Zoe and she starts liking him and she starts dating him, and he does all this good for people based on these lies, and it all kind of I'm not going to give too much more away because that's just a basic back part of like what's going on in the entire musical. It kind of backfires for him when he kind of ruins all the relationships in his life, and a lot of it is based on okay, I lied and now I have to keep up these lies. So his he's hurting his friends because of that, and then he's spending so much time with the Murphys, the family, that he's not that whenever his mom is around, he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm hanging out with Jared. Like she doesn't know what's going on, and so when she finds out that he's been lying. He's lying to her, and so they fight because of that. He kind of hurts his relationship with his mother for that, and then eventually he decides, hey, I have to tell the truth and say that this letter was from me, and all these emails were fake, and all this story, all this was lies, and so he kind of hurts the relationship with the Murphys because like at first they wanna be like, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? But he's just like, yeah, no, I lied about all of this, and so yeah, so that especially ruins the relationship with Zoe, because throughout a lot of the beginning, she kind of like is almost mad at Connor for what he did, because like, oh, like, like oh, well, there's a specific song. What's the basically like, why does it matter? He was this angry person, but you guys want to remember him for all these good parts, but that's not the part that I had to see constantly throughout my life. Yeah, so he eventually has to tell the truth, and basically this massive platform of like online presence and like, all these speeches and all this stuff that he faked. He has to kind of crumble this wall down because I think it was because somebody or because one of the a girl that he helped make the project with um shared the letters that or the letters that were supposed to be to Connor or from Connor. Yeah, that's a lot of the musical. Um, it's sort of like a it's sort of like it's a realistic story. So like in a sense, like it's like it's set in a realistic setting is what I'm trying to say. It's like slice of life, I guess, almost. Yeah, it's kind of emotional. It's kind of like um yeah, no, it's all about like lying, like his lying and manipulation, and like him loving her but needing to lie to have her love him back, and it's like it's a good musical, good movie, and good book. It's a really good book. So definitely check that out. I don't know if it's on any streaming platforms. I could check real quick. The movie was released in 2021. It fun fact,
Oh, okay.
yeah, fun fact. You won't really care as much about this, but two of the cast members are actual members from the musical. So the main character, Dear Evan Hansen or Evan Hansen, is played by Ben Platt, who was in Pitch Perfect, the Pitch Perfect movies. He does his own music, but he also was the original cast for Ben, or not Ben, what? That's his name. For Evan. He was the original Evan in the Broadway musical, and then his understudy, like the person who would play him if he was out or anything like that, is the person who played Connor Murphy. So that's a cool fun fact for you right there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So and mind you, he's supposed to be playing a senior in high school, and he was like 29 years old. He was a
Wow.
29-year-old who was supposed to play, or it might have been 28. He might have been 28 even. Yeah, he was supposed to say he was supposed to be a high schooler, which I don't know if he, I don't I think they might have like digitally messed with him. Yeah, no, it is. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check real quick. What are those numbers? Um, yeah, I'm looking. I'm checking to see if it's on streaming services. Oh, it may be on Netflix. Here, let me check. Yeah. So, oh, oh, I like how she answered the question and I didn't even ask her. Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, yeah. So speaking of books and also musicals, I know for a fact that you are a fan of Percy Jackson.
Yep.
I don't know if you know this, but Percy Jackson also has a musical.
I do know this. Never seen it. I don't even know
Neither have I.
if it's possible to see
I
it.
don't think it's on like I don't know
Yeah.
if it's not on Broadway anymore at least. Um, but I don't
Would have been
think
cool to see it, but
yeah I don't know if there are some off Broadway productions. Fun fact. Okay, this
I'm
is
hoping they do a
yeah.
musical episode in the show.
That would be really funny. Um, yeah. So here's a cool like relating to the casting stuff. So the guy who plays Jared in the original Dear Evan Hansen, whose name is slipping my mind for a second. Um, one second. Will Roland. His name's Will Roland. So he plays the main character in another musical that I enjoy, which is also based on a novel called Be More Chill. He plays this guy named oh, what's his name? Oh, it's I could grab the book. I've got the book. I one second. Michael. No, Michael's the guy I'm going to talk about. Um okay, one second. What's his name? What's his name? It's oh Jeremy. It's Jeremy. His name is Jeremy. Okay, so Jeremy. I'm not going to go over the plot of this musical, but it's a good musical, good book too. But basically, Jeremy has a best friend who is played by a guy named George. Let me see, Salazar. It's George Salazar, and he's in the Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical. He plays Grover. So there's kind of a small there's like a sort of chain link between the Percy Jackson musical and Dear Evan
Mhm.
Hansen. But yeah, no. Uh,
That's pretty cool.
I think what's his name who plays Beetlejuice in the music like the main yo oh this is gonna hurt me so bad not remembering his name. He's also in like Hell of a Boss and that kind of stuff. Oh, it's hurting me so bad not remembering his name. Alex Brightman. Alex Brightman. I think Alex Brightman's also or who oh no, I was thinking George Salazar also I think played Dionysus in the Lightning Thief musical. I think that's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. So I am also kind of a fan of Percy Jackson. I will say, and just Greek mythology in general. So did you? I gotta ask. Did you find the Percy Jackson because you liked Greek mythology, or did you find it and by itself? I guess.
So I got introduced to Percy Jackson through like the movies, which to be fair, not best introduction because they're not accurate. Um, and so I got introduced to it by the movies, and the movies are good for what they are, being movies and all, and they're kind of funny. But from there, I started reading the books, and I love the books, the story, everything. Um, I don't know, I just really got into it. Like, I can't explain why, but for some reason I'm just more hooked onto like Percy Jackson compared to say like Harry Potter because I like Harry Potter too. I tried reading the first book, but really didn't get that far. And I don't know why, I just feel a much more stronger connection to Percy Jackson than to like anything else. Um, and so recently we have like the TV show going on, which I've seen the first season. I think I've seen it like twice. Very, very good. Very way more accurate to the books than to the movie. I think they have changed a few things, or at least like not added a few things. But besides that, I think it's still pretty good. We're already getting a second season and a third one is already being worked on, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, we did talk about the show a little bit because I've only watched like the first episode. But things I will say, if you guys haven't checked it out, first of all, the person who plays Percy is great. Walker Scobell is his name, and if you might recognize that name, 'cause he was in a movie with Adam Sandler before that called The Adam Project, where he or not Adam Sandler, what? Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds. Ryan
Reynolds,
Reynolds. What?
dude,
No, I know
that's such a
exactly
good
why. It's because
movie.
I said Adam Sandler earlier with Pixels, so he's in my head. You know, I haven't actually watched
Such
the
a
Adam
good
Project, but
movie.
I did
I've
watch like a
seen it
lot
like
of
3 times.
I did watch a lot of press about it, like him,
Hmm.
like Walker. I mean, like doing the lines from the Deadpool movie. There's such a funny
Dude,
clip.
hilarious.
Just him being a little Ryan Reynolds is so funny because that's oh. Speaking of Marvel characters, because we talked about Deadpool, Mark Ruffalo also in that movie, by the way.
Yep.
I love
So
Mark.
good.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Like I said, Walker is in the show, and a lot actually a few other cool actors. Like I will say, and if you guys look at my socials, if you guys have talked to me personally, or if like I've mentioned it a few times on stream, I am a professional wrestling fan, and so the guy who plays Ares is a professional wrestler, Adam Copeland. So I
Really?
haven't got yeah. Aries is a so that's what he probably does all of his own stunts on the show. I haven't gotten to Aries obviously, but yeah no. So Adam Copeland, the guy who plays Aries, is a professional wrestler. He is actually wrestling currently for AEW. So yeah no. I will say I did hear that after I was already going to watch the show. By the way, that was just a cool added detail. So um you talked about Harry Potter, and I think it's so funny because around that time there was like just a bunch of different series that were kind of like side by side. Like you know, we had Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Artemis Fowl, Divergent, Hunger Games, even to an extent, Narnia, like the Narnia books. There's probably more, but those are like the big book series. It felt like if you were a kid around that time, you were a fan of one of those book series. You were either Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Artemis Fowl, Divergent, Hunger Games. Personally, I haven't watched the Artemis Fowl movie or read the books. I haven't read Divergent. I have read the Hunger Games books. I've read one or two Narnia books and watched the movies. Um, and obviously Percy Jackson. I will say, speaking of the movies, you mentioned the movies earlier. It's so sad that they only did two of them. I know they weren't great, but it's still so sad they only did two. The second one probably did terrible. That's why.
Yeah, dude, the second one is the one I hate the most because it's just not
I can't even
accurate
remember the
at
plot. All I remember is there was something to do with like the sword, like
all.
some sword or something.
So the plot of the second book and like movie, I guess, is meant to be,
About the brother,
I
the
believe,
Cyclops.
yeah. So the Cyclops, Percy's brother, who ends up being a Cyclops, does get introduced, and Percy's, well, isn't
What's his
even
half
his
brother?
quest. There, there's a quest, to find the golden fleece because the pine
Oh,
tree that protects the whole like camp, like creates the barrier, ends up being poisoned. So one of the characters, Clarice, who's a daughter of Ares, get sent on that quest, I believe. And Percy was meant to stay back. I don't remember why. He wasn't chosen for that quest, but he ends up going anyway because Grover is missing, I believe. So he ends up going. He ends up getting
Again,
mixed
mind
up
you,
and all
the
that.
second time.
Yeah, he ends up getting mixed up and all that. It's so where the movie goes wrong is that they end up on an island or something like that, I think, and Luke Castellan is just there, who is the son of Hermes, who is basically like the bad guy of the whole series, who
Antagonist.
turns, yeah, like turns against the camp and everything. He's just there and he resurrects Kronos, which isn't even supposed to happen until like the fifth, like fourth book that kind of starts getting roped in.
I think they did the movie thing, like, because in some movies, like, again, this is gonna be a terrible way to connect it. The Diary of the Wimpy Kid movies, they do that
Oh,
thing where like they will like they'll take these books and be like, the kids are the main demographics, they're not gonna care, and they'll put stuff from like a different book into into one of the movies because it doesn't fit well, like it fits better narratively. Um, but like I will say, it is funny. So in a lot of Greek mythology, Hades is considered like a bad guy, or people
yeah.
look at him as a bad guy. First of all, not a bad guy. Like a million. Okay, I will say in comparison to everyone else, not as bad of a guy as he's made to be, made to look like. Um, bro is given this position and like doesn't have a choice, and yeah, but that's a whole nother rant for a whole nother video. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
So,
they
but
even mentioned that in like Percy
the
Jackson
first
too, like in
one,
the show when he's they suspect like, oh, he's the one who stole the lightning bolt and everything, and Percy goes and visits, goes and sees it to get back the bolt. And in the show, Hades is like, I didn't take it. My helmet was actually stolen. Like, I want that back. Like, I don't care about, starting a war or whatever.
yeah,
Like, I don't want any of their power or anything. But
which is
he's just
pretty
always made
accurate,
to
like the most
seem like
accurate part.
he's that guy. Yeah.
Literally the entirety of Mahadi's character, and I'm gonna go from the beginning. It's like, oh, my brothers are mean. They're making me the king of the underworld. People are gonna hate me, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so lonely down here with all of these souls just crying all the time. I want a wife. Hey, lady, come down here.
To
Here.
be fair, he did kind of.
Okay, it depends on the depiction. There are different stories. So, um, the different stories. Some of them he's meaner than the other ones, but either way, he still allows her to go see them during the summer, her family during the summertime.
Yeah, that's what I've read. So like with Percy Jackson, I've kind of like sometimes I'll like read to get like more information or see like, oh, how's this done, like how's this different compared to that. And yeah, I've learned about that, like different stuff.
Yeah, he allows her to, because he doesn't want her to be miserable. He cares about her. He just needed to get her down there, you know. Yeah. So no, but like literally, he just wants to rule his kingdom. Well, I mean, he doesn't even want to rule his kingdom, but now that he has it, he's like, okay, I might as well. Um, yeah, so and everyone's just like, oh, he's the god of he's the king of the underworld. He's so evil. He's so evil. Like, bro, that's his job. Like, if my job was, um, that's it. I guess a police officer. That's a good example. You can't just blame me for some guy coming up on me with a gun and me having to defend myself. Like, bro, that's his job. What do you want Hades to do? Let all the dead people free? That would cause an issue. Yeah, no. So I love that because it's literally he's just like, hey man, I've been here the entire time. Like, what do you want from me? I didn't steal your stupid thunderbolt, your lightning bolt, whatever. I don't care
Yeah,
about
he's
it.
just like, I don't want anything to do with this. He even says like, dude, starting a war would make things so much worse, like down here. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, bro
He's
literally
just
just
like,
wants
I
to.
want my helmet back.
Yeah, bro wants to live in peace. Like, um, and I do find it again. I do find it funny, and this was gonna be my original point to that. That a child of Hermes is the one who's the bad guy because historically Hermes not only a messenger but a trickster god as well.
Yeah.
So like it's like the son of a he's known for being mischievous. Like literally his origin story for how he got his scepter is that he stole Apollo's cows when he was young. Like Bo has always been a little trickster, a little mischievous. Wait, isn't he played by Lin-Manuel Miranda in the?
He is, and it is so funny to me.
Dude,
And I really hope they do a musical
I love.
episode because the little fact about the show is that for some reason a lot of the like um I guess like young adults or like kids that they have casted, for some reason they can sing or they have some sort of background
That's
of
got to
like
be on purpose. It's
where
got to be
they
on purpose.
sing. And it's
I
like,
will say,
dude.
listen, I will say everything that Lin Manuel Miranda's in has music in some fashion. Like for example, the episode of How I Met Your Mother he was in, he rapped during that thing. So I'm telling you, my idea is because he's a trickster god, is that he turns an episode into like a musical episode. You know, like how there'll be episodes of shows,
That would be,
like
dude, that would be so
like
good.
for example, the Flash, the CW Flash. He has the music meister makes or turns everyone into a musical in like what's it in like Supernatural. I think there was a musical episode. Like there's on these shows, there's all these episodes where some trickster deity makes everyone forces everyone to sing, and so that's perfect. Literally have Lin Manuel Miranda direct a musical, and do you know what'd be even great about that? Because the Greeks are known for their theater. The Greeks are known for their theater, and so
You're so right.
having Lin Manuel
It just
Miranda
fits so
Hermes,
well. The
having Lin Manuel
pieces fit
Miranda
together.
Hermes like forcibly direct them into a musical. Like they could because he's named after Perseus, right? Like like
Yeah.
and part of the lore is he's named after Perseus, which is okay. No, I've got a problem with that actually. So he's named after Perseus, who historically kills Medusa, and then
Hmm.
Percy Jackson kills Medusa. How does that? I don't see how
So,
that's.
so how I just explain is that every couple of years, and I think it also depends, like there's some sort of dependency on it, is that um the monsters end up being like reborn, I guess, which is why Percy in like what is it? I think it's like the 20th century or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Ends up running into Medusa and then, also beheading her.
yeah. It's like it's just plot convenience, I guess.
Oh, and then like Polyphemus as well. He ends up fighting Polyphemus.
Yeah, I do
And
love the idea that she just sees this kid and is like, "What's your name, Percy?" She's like, "Oh, come on, not another one." She had to know it was coming. Let's be that's why she was so vicious because she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna let him get the jump on me." Yeah, no. I want him to do that. Just Lin Manuel Miranda, like forcing everything into a musical episode somehow. Make it somehow connected to the story. I don't know how they would do that because they're trying to stay accurate to the plot, right? So like I don't know how they would do that. I think what they should do is get through all of the books and then start just random nonsense, random nonsense. Because
well,
I'm
I
telling
don't know.
you,
There's been talks that they might go on to the second
Heroes
like
of Olympus.
series. Yeah,
Dude,
which I'm
I
really
need to
hoping
read
would
the.
be
I
pretty
don't think I
cool.
ever. I think I read one of them. I think I read the first one. But I never read any of the other ones.
I'm on the last book. I haven't finished it yet.
What, like 10 years later, you haven't finished it?
Dude, it's taking me a while. Well, no, the house Heroes of Olympus I started like last year maybe something like that, and I was like, see, because I'll like binge things. Like I was like really into it, but then I kind of stopped, so
Isn't
I
that where
haven't
that?
finished it.
Okay, no, I don't know a lot of like most of the lore that I know that isn't in the original series. I know because of like TikTok or like Pinterest or stuff like that, just online.
Hmm.
Is Heroes of Olympus where that Nico kid is from, like the son of Hades?
No, so Nico's actually introduced, I believe, in
I
the
haven't read these in so
third
long.
book,
Oh my god! And
which is the Titan's
last year I
Curse.
got rid
Yeah.
of my box collection. Last year
Oh my
I
gosh.
gifted someone a box set of Percy Jackson with the poster. Like I can send you
Really?
the exact photo of it later. I regret that now.
I think I have that one. Yeah, the one that comes with the poster. I don't
Uh,
know if I have the
one second.
poster
I'm
anymore
gonna
though.
show you. I'm gonna show you the exact pet. And the thing is that the side of it was so good. It's like Olympus, I think. Oh no,
Is
it's
it like
it's the sea. It's
the
the
like
sea, then it's the
bluish covered
city.
one?
Yeah, it's the one with the sea, the
Yeah, yeah.
city, and the lightning at the top.
Yeah, yeah. I have those ones
Wait,
too.
wait, these
I
one, this
have
one's
the newest
ingrained.
covers too.
Oh, that's $235. $235, and I can get an ingrained one, like one that has the side of it ingrained. Let me see what.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's way too expensive for my taste though. Yeah, no, but because I honestly, I might just have only because I think I told you this. I read the first one a few times, but every other one, I think I've only read once. Um,
Oh.
yeah, because the thing is, I just don't remember Nico at all. I know is that he was the son of Hades, and
Yeah, he.
it was like weird with like shipping. I don't get all the shipping stuff, because like I don't pay attention to that stuff. But I know people ship a lot of people with other people, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember any of this. It's just online culture. It's weird, bro. Okay, explain to me Nico's character and like how he's introduced and stuff like that, and like his relevance to the plot. Because I'm curious now, because I can't remember.
So, do you know of the Lotus hotel or like the
Yeah, yeah,
casino?
yeah, 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 yeah. Where like the one in Vegas where if you go in there, they're gonna try to trap you in.
Yeah, pretty much.
People trapped in time.
So, I gotta reread the books, but I don't remember specifically how it like builds up. But I believe in the third book, which is the Titan's Curse, um, I believe they're preparing for war or something like that, like the camp and stuff like that. And I think it was okay. So it was something like they were finding like other like demigods and stuff like that because now the gods are like claiming them, I believe. Like after the whole thing with like Percy and stuff, I believe the gods are now like claiming their children more or something like that. Or like they're basically going out and like finding demigods, right? And so I don't remember exactly how it happens, but Percy and I believe Annabeth end up finding Nico and his sister. And like you said, they're children of Hades, and their backstory is that they were born in like 90s, 70s, something like that, right? Like
Jeez,
a
bro's
long time
old.
ago.
Bro's old.
Yeah, they were born a long time ago. But what happened was when Zeus basically made like the whole thing of like we can't have like any more children, like any more demigod children, right? Hades put Nico and his sister and their mom into the Lotus Casino, like the hotel, and was keeping them there to try and keep them safe. But then Zeus found out and was upset, and I think he like went there and like I said, I don't remember how it went down, but ended up dying, and then Zeus told Hades like you can never like see them again, and
Yes, they're
so
dead. Or at least the mom's dead.
yeah,
You can never
they
see this dead
basically.
woman ever again.
I believe she definitely died. I just don't remember how exactly. But yeah, like Zeus basically forbid Hades from seeing them ever again, and so Nico and his sister Bianca were basically trapped in the Lotus Casino. And for those who don't know, the Lotus Casino, it basically like warps time. Like when you're in there,
It's
time
like a
is
big
like it's
loop.
going slower, but you know, time's going like faster or whatever in the real world.
I think time's
So
just
then,
frozen, isn't it? Like it's forever
some
one date.
I believe so. So then Percy and Annabeth end up finding them. They bring them to camp, and Nico is actually so Nico at this point is kind of like a little nerd. He's into like this card game called Mytho Magic, and
Or actually.
um he's a pretty like sweet kid, right? And
Older than Percy, but yeah, kid.
so oh yeah. So they bring them to camp and they're like, this is camp. You'll be safe here. You're demigods, but we don't know who your parents are yet. Because I don't think they had been claimed at this point. Um and so I believe the hunters of Artemis were there as well. And Bianca gets introduced to them and like gets interested in that, and she kind of like considers joining them, but then they had to go on like a quest or something, and Bianca went with them. I think it was that the Hunters of Artemis went, and so she went with them and was like with Percy and everything. And well, should I give you the spoiler? It's kind of a spoiler. I don't know if I should say it or not.
I think for the people who aren't gonna or who haven't read this probably over 10-year old book series and
Mm,
care about spoilers, let's not spoil it.
okay.
Even though it has to be 10 years old.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen people online too getting upset. It's like, oh, this is a spoiler. Like, dude, this has been out for so long.
Yeah, no,
Like, I get it, but
it's like
yeah.
imagine I just could like spoil the plot of the Titanic, and it's like, bro, this event happened like a long time ago. Oh, dude, it's been 20 years. The Lightning Thief was released in 2005. So 2005 was Lightning Thief. 2006 Sea of Monsters. 2007 The Titan's Curse. 2008 The Battle of the Labyrinth. 2009 The Last Olympian. And then technically, the Chalice of the Gods was 2023, and the Wrath of the Triple
Yeah,
God, or the Wrath of the Triple Goddess, was 2024.
I haven't read those yet. I gotta
Neither have I.
catch up. I've been trying to read them in like book order,
That's
but
insane. It's 20 years old.
yeah. So skip past that part. So basically, I guess the only thing you should know is that at some point, um, they do get claimed, and they're children of Hades. And at some point Nico turns emo.
Yes,
And no,
that's how I know. That's how I
that
know
is
Nico.
just, yeah, that is literally just what he's known for. He goes from a sweet nerdy little kid to just emo, and so
All I know
I'm
of is
pretty
like the long
excited
emo,
to
like the longer emo hair covering his eyes, like the skull
I'm
shirt.
so excited to see that in the show, dude.
Is he hasn't been shown yet, has he? Like at all?
um
Well, I guess they haven't even
no.
gotten to his brother. They're still getting to his brother, so of course they haven't gotten to Nico. What am I saying?
So yeah, he hasn't been shown like in the show. They did put out the casting for Nico and his sister, so they'll be introduced in the third season.
That's cool.
Pretty excited, dude.
I'm excited. I'm excited then. No, I'm excited to see that. I will say, I since they have released it already, it would be cool if they like put him like in the background of the scene where they're in or one of the scenes where they're actually in the casino.
People think that they have, but I don't know. I've like looked through the episode and I'm not sure if they have. Cause I mean, to be fair, they just got casted, so I don't know if they would really
Well, they could have just
drop
released
a hint.
they could have just released it.
True, true. So I don't know. Now that I know what they look like, I'll probably look back at that episode when they're in the casino and
Yeah,
see.
because it would be. See, the thing is that I wouldn't put it past them. It's like they know they're gonna need this character, so
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess let's move on because we've talked a good bit about Percy Jackson, and I'm not very knowledgeable in Percy Jackson. So I want to bring up another thing. So TikTok, because you mentioned way earlier in the podcast that you found Jared through TikTok. So is TikTok an app you frequent often? Like are you one of those people who are constantly on it?
Um. Yes and no. Like I'll be on there scrolling and look at videos and stuff, and I'll post here and there. Um,
Ooh.
and lately I've just been getting a lot of like smaller streamers and stuff, like on my For You page, which is how I found Jared. So like I'll if I'm like just chilling in my room, I'll kind of like scroll and stuff like that. I'm not too on it too frequently though. I'm mainly like on my computer playing video games and
Yeah.
stuff or watching TV.
I'm not on it much either, to be honest. Like I have it, but mostly what I used it for was to get ideas and like to find new music. Weirdly enough, and so
Right.
I'll have like saved and liked videos, like a bunch of them. And that's basically all I go through when I'm on TikTok. Is I'll look through my own saved and liked videos, and then I'll basically get off of it. That's basically all I'll do on TikTok. Okay, but
Yeah, like
my
I'll go on
dogs are
there.
barking. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna continue what you're saying. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I just go on there like I'll have like some Minecraft stuff on there. I'll look at like, build ideas. Um I'll get some like Percy Jackson or like, stuff that I'm interested on there. But besides that, yeah, I'm really not on it that much. Most of the time I'm just on my computer playing video games, watching TV. That's
So
about it.
I don't know if you use it on your computer, but I use it. I've occasionally went on my computer and went on TikTok. My For You pages are so different on my phone rather than on my computer.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've been on it maybe like once or twice. It is a little different.
I think you get completely different algorithms. To be honest, that's my opinion. I
I
don't know.
think their integration just isn't that well. Like you could even get it on your TV too, which I tried once and
Really?
it was just completely like different. It's like weird, yeah.
Okay. One thing. Would you mind if we take a break so I can use the restroom real quick? And if you need to go, just real quick. Um, just a minute. I just need a minute. So I'll be right
Okay.
back. I'll probably cut this out of the actual. Actually, I'm gonna leave this in. I'm leaving this in. You're getting like a minute of silence, guys. Great content.
Okay.
If you're gonna stay here, you could just talk about random stuff. But I'll be 1 minute.
Okay. I actually I have to go take my dogs out too. I might take longer though, so this is a bit awkward. I'm gonna leave him a message and let him know. Actually, I'll just message him on Discord. It's fine.
Okay, I'm back. Are you here? Okay, we're gonna. So thank you so far, guys, for listening. This has been a great episode so far. Okay, so Gabs has to take her dog out, so that's fine. Today we're gonna be doing a food review. We got French fries right here. Pretty good. What is going on in chat? Okay. You know what? We are going to end this episode off a little bit early. I hope you had an amazing time watching. Um, I would ask Gabs who she wants to. Apologies. Who she wants to see next, but we already know who's next, so we'll ask Eriku. Thank you, Gabs, for being here. Yeah, I'll just take this. I'll just take this. Move you over here. Yeah, just well. This has been the Chunk Cast. Thank you for watching. You want to see any specific guests? Just let me know. I don't know what I'm doing. What if I do this? I can't do that. I don't have enough blocks. It's fine. We'll just. So yeah. So like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to hear us talk about, and who you want to see. And I will see you in the next one. The next one should be next week. Same time, same place, same day. So peace and have a good one. Bye bye.